Recording. Audio was recorded first. 3, 2, 1. All right,
Here we are.
We finally fucking made it.
We started it.
Sunday goddamn night, and we are down one player. We are down one player. This empty spot on the couch. Brandon, we know you got dad shit going on. It's all good, man. Shout outs to you and Abby. What up, guys? Hope everything's going all right. But we're fucking here. We made it, boys.
We're doing it.
Episode number 3, I think.
'Tis time.
My name is Matt Greenlee.
Alex Clark.
Lane Dennison.
And we are 75% of the band called Wreckards, which is the YouTube page you had to go to find this, or Facebook page, or whatever. So you already know that. So here we are. So we were going to get together and have practice tonight, and then decided we should just fucking shoot a podcast instead.
Has some good old-fashioned conversation.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
The weather is just not cooperative for practice tonight.
I didn't even consider the weather and thinking
you
about
don't
practice.
have to because you don't drive.
Yeah.
So you never have to consider.
I meant more along the lines of playing in the garage in this shit weather.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't even think about that.
So,
We would have had
yeah.
to get the propane
Yep.
switched out, huh?
The old jet engine,
Yeah.
if you will.
Mr. Butane. Isn't that thing called like Mr. Heater or something like that? I thought it was. We need to look at it
It's
again.
like Mr. Coffee, but for
I forgot about that, man. We should just call it Folgers because it's like
Folgers,
a giant
yeah,
coffee can.
yeah.
Butane.
I
heater.
like the idea of assigning it a name.
Yeah. It provides us heat, right? So,
It's essentially an identity at this
dude,
point.
I didn't even think about that. Like,
it's
if we would have
a
got
character in the story.
it's hooked up to the propane tank's hooked up to the grill right now, so I would have had to take that off and
Yeah.
switch it out. I did literally like, fuck, dude, it's cold out.
Mhm.
My garage isn't heated like my house. I don't think about that shit until we're out there. Damn. So, yeah, it's
that would've
fucking-
sucked real hard.
We were supposed to do a Ford and Fossil jam tonight. That also didn't happen because of the weather. Alex was just talking about Rice Krispie Treats cereal. That's what I wanted to. We were talking about that before I started it. I didn't want to lose track.
That was
of
my
it.
jam, like 1994. Like,
Was
you
that
know?
is that what it, like?
Dude, it was
I remember,
early.
and it was just like little clusters,
So
right?
dude,
Rice
little
Krispie
itty
clusters.
bitty Rice Krispie treat squares, man. You pour some fucking milk on that, like.
So good.
I
dude.
don't remember those at all.
Oh
I don't
man,
remember that.
It was like, I mean, it was like Rice Krispies, but it was just like they were in chunks. It was like
Little
Chex
mini-
Mix,
little
or it was
mini
like
ones.
Chex Rice Krispies.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, so
What?
fucking good.
When I was right around the time when cereal was cereal, Count Chocula you had. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
Count Chocula.
Come on, right?
Oh.
We were talking Alphabets cereal.
Alpha. I was
If-
we were talking about that.
If
Alphabets.
anybody here watching was born before 1989, you might remember.
You probably
these
remember.
cereals.
I'm
'cause
1989.
89 myself.
Alex is 89, and I think Lane's like
92.
97.
92.
Lane's
92.
1997.
Okay. This is where we're going with it. All right.
No, that's when cereal's real. That's when
Dude, they had the
TV
realest
was
shit.
real,
Cookie
man.
Crisp. You remember Cookie Crisp?
I have that shit in my house right
Yeah.
now, bro.
Do you really? They still
It's-
make it?
Oh, yeah.
They changed the
What?
mascot every once in a while. I remember it being a burglar.
The dog burglar,
It was,
right?
it was
Yeah.
a wolf, wasn't it?
Now it's a wolf.
Oh, that's right. No,
Yeah.
the dog was the cop or whatever that would stop the wolf, right? And then the wolf
Okay.
was the one that always came through. And so I want that Cookie
Yep.
Crisp thing. Yeah, okay.
Cookie
Oh,
Crisp.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right.
Mhm.
I was a huge fan of Kix.
Oh, dude, I
No
liked
one-
Kix.
No one I knew liked
Kick-
because they're flavorless.
Kicks were weird.
fucking
It's
corn
just like-
puffs.
it's just like corn, yeah.
They were just
Yeah.
bland. I had to add a bunch of like sugar or
See, and
something
I-
to give
I
it
like the way they
flavor.
taste.
Do you
Like-
guys remember Corn Pops?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kicks and Corn Pops were like kind of the
Corn
same.
Pops.
Like they were kind of flavorless, but
Yeah.
I
I always
got
thought
tired of
corn
that
pops were like really really sweet.
They were really
were.
sweet.
They were.
I always favored corn pops over Kicks.
Now
you
here's
know.
the thing: did they actually make corn pops out of corn? I don't know enough about them because I was a kid.
I think
Did they
were-
make corn pops out of corn?
Somebody answer.
Help
me.
Answer it in the comments. We need it.
Oh, speaking of which, we were discussing a title for the show. For anyone that's watched the first episode, when I was talking to Jason Ford about a title for the show. Oh, speaking of which, I don't smell that cat shit at all.
No.
Sorry, weird subject change. My cat took a dump in this room. Her cat box is in here, but she took a dump in here. I thought it was going to smell bad, and it does not.
No.
But anyways, we were considering calling it the Structurally Sound Questionable Content Podcast, or the SSQC.
I really like that.
SSQC makes more sense.
Now, you have to sleep with that. You got to hold hands with it. I'll give it to you again. The Structurally Sound Questionable Content Podcast.
That's a mouthful.
SSQC.
SSQC. I like it better.
I think once you I was the same way. I was thinking the same as Alex. I was like, it's a lot. It's a lot to say. But if you break it down,
once you break it down,
Yeah.
it's a little more comforting.
SSQC.
SSQC.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it.
Tell us what you think. If anyone's watching, no one's gonna. Just so you
Yeah.
guys know, no one watches these
Like
fucking
3D,
things. So
that's
yeah,
fine.
it's nothing.
It don't matter.
Shout out to the people who are watching.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. So what's new with you guys? Is there new stuff going on?
No,
Anything
not
new?
particularly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I bought a knife.
That's right. Alex cut his hand open the other night on his brand new knife. He actually brought that knife over tonight and showed us. And that thing is
Fancy.
sharp as shit. Hey,
Very fancy.
it's fucking animals making noise in my house, man.
It's a zoo.
It's just constant. It's just a constant battle
animals.
trying to figure out who knocked what over and who's chasing who. Yeah.
Mm.
This
No,
is
just fucking hanging out, man.
living life, dude.
Yeah.
Working.
Not doing very
Always
much.
working, man. I'm always working.
I need to be working.
I'm on that grind always. Alex is on that grind. Brandon's
Daily.
on that grind. Brandon's actually gonna be working with me.
Yeah. He
Yeah?
get hired on.
Yeah, he got did
Sweet.
the application process and went through and did his drug test, and now that we're just waiting on his background check to clear. So after
Nice.
they suss through all the people that he's murdered and make sure that he's not on the books anymore, we're good to go, man. We'll be fine.
Once they find that he's cleared of all anything, any sort of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and background checks. I don't know what the hell it is, but background checks take a long time.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Always
why.
doesn't
I don't
matter
know why.
who you're
It's like
applying
two,
for.
3
I was
weeks
telling him.
all the time.
By the way, he's not a convicted murderer. Just so everyone knows.
Well,
that we know of anyway.
Well, that we
He
know
might
of.
be.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just don't know.
Who knows?
He's not been convicted. He might be a murderer.
He was asking me about that, and I was like, dude, when I got hired on at Charter, I went to do my background check, and I've never even been put in handcuffs. Like, I've never
Yep.
even been to that point.
Same
And my background check took like 2.5 weeks.
Oh yeah.
It took so long. So I was like, don't get discouraged if it doesn't come back right away, because
Yeah.
that shit takes a long fucking time.
what position is he being hired for?
Same one as all of us. We're just lackeys, man. We're just
Okay.
warehouse lackeys.
Mm.
It's
Just
just what we do.
peons.
Yeah, we're the peons. We make things happen, Push around the heavy shit so that everyone else gets paid.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's a cool job, dude. We have a good time out there, and it's easy, super easy. We're out in a warehouse, out in the middle of nowhere. No one knows where we're at, and we
Mhm.
don't have to deal with customers or anything like that.
There you go.
I applied there, but they never even called me for an interview or anything.
Did you apply for this last round?
No, I
This
did.
last
I did it
round hiring?
right before I quit.
Okay.
The Horse Palace.
That's right. Dude, the fucking Horse Palace, man.
The fucking Horse Palace.
That place is crazy. I don't know how people can spend money like that, dude. Where did they get it?
I know. There was this one old cat that came in and people would go to the ATM and get 20s out, and they would exchange them for $100 bills all the time. Happened all the time.
Why?
Just because they're easier to spend.
Oh,
You don't have to put in
oh, you
5
can put
20s
it.
at a
Okay,
time.
I see.
Yeah.
You just keep money in and just.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this guy came
I
up
just
with
spend
like
it faster that way.
This
dude.
guy came up with like $500 in 20s one time and wanted hundreds and whatever, happens all the time. Came back like an hour and a half later with another $500 in 20s
What?
and wasn't winning at all. Wasn't winning money
Just
at all.
breaking even the whole time.
No,
or?
just losing the whole time.
Shit.
Right. So like, I think I was there for maybe 4 hours, and when I was getting ready,
And you
to
were
leave-
working, right?
Yeah. I was getting ready to leave, and he came up with a cash ticket for I think it was like $1,200. So we made some of it back, but he giving him his cash, and he jokingly kind of in passing was like, "Well, spent my grandkids' entire fucking college fund."
Dude, you told me about that.
Like, for real? You're pulling money out of your grandkids' college fund at the ATM at the fucking casino?
On his
You
addiction.
In
worthless
Casper?
Yeah, worthless piece of shit. Like,
what the? Fuck,
and the dude was like at least, maybe mid-60s, early 70s. Like, you have money saved back, bro. Really? You're dipping into your grandkids' college fund? I saw that shit all the time, and it always bothered me. Like, you can't, you don't want to spend your own money, so you spend someone else's money. Like,
And that's,
it's terrible.
dude. That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't understand where these people get their money, because I go in there and at max, like on a like a don't give a fuck weekend, on a sprint or whatever,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it, I'll spend $40.
Yeah.
2 20s.
Yep.
And dude, if I don't hit anything on those, I not only do I not, I can't. It's not that I don't want to quit playing.
Yeah.
I cannot afford to continue playing
Mm-hmm.
because I have
yeah.
bills to pay.
Yeah.
And, dude, some of these people that I see in that casino, any of them really, any of the ones around town, you always see like frequent flyers, like people that come back over and over and over again. And those people just, where does it come from? I don't understand where they're getting the money, dude. Because I'm looking at some of these people and I'm like, dude, I know you're not working. You know, you can tell. I mean, not to be fucking not judgmental or whatever, but like you can fucking tell, man.
At a certain point.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And
to
I
see.
watch these people dump in 20 after 20 after 20 after 20, and I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? Where are you going after this? What's going on? Like, what is going on? Because I will. You've seen me do it. I walk in there. When you used to work there, and even now when Brandon, I just went in. When I got paid, I went in and I put a $20 bill in the machine. And dude, I was in there for 9 seconds. Blap, 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 blap. All right, that was it. That sucked. And I walked out. I don't understand how some of these people have been there for hours, right?
They will stay there all day.
How? I don't get this.
We would open up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there'd be people that was there at opening, at close at 2 in the morning. They were there all day.
That's unreal.
How do you do that?
Are they there multiple times, like a week?
Do you take?
Absolutely.
Do you take $500 in there with you and only play minimum bet?
Oh, dude,
on everything.
People, especially those red penny machines.
Is it minimum bets? Is that what they're doing?
It's 20 cents. Yeah.
So that's how they can. That's how they can get away with staying there for so long.
They can hit spin and let it go and then.
So what's the point if you're going in to gamble and you're spending the minimum bet and you're not even getting free drinks? Like I can understand in Vegas and I think does Riverton do it? I don't know.
They don't in Wind River. You can't drink in there.
They're non-alcohol.
There's no alcohol.
Okay. But so like in Vegas, if you're sitting at a machine, if there's money in that machine, you get a free drink, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Might take the cocktail 40 minutes to get back to you, but she'll bring you that drink.
Exactly.
And it'll be free.
And it'll be this big, and you can drink it in 1 second, and it takes nothing at all. But you get free drinks. I don't understand the appeal to sit in Casper and put 20 cents down on a machine.
These people never leave Casper. That's the
and not
best
get
they
any
got.
free drinks.
It's the chase. It's the thrill of the chase. That's why it's so addicting.
But even that's what I'm saying. Like at 20 cents, if you win a jackpot at 20 cents, let's say at 20 cents,
it's the minimum.
At 20 cents, you hit the biggest jackpot that you can.
Yeah, $600.
600. So if you came in with $500 and you spent 12 hours in a casino and you won $100.
Yep.
They don't only do it for the money; they do it for the experience, for the atmosphere.
Like I said, that's why it's addicting because once you spend all that money and you know you spent that money, and when you win it back and then some, then it's like, oh, I'm good, I'm invincible, I can do this all the time.
Maybe I can keep doing this.
Once you have,
but that happens to one person maybe once a month, or twice a month tops.
Yeah.
We only had a handful of people that would hit jackpots almost on a daily basis,
right?
And maybe 2 or 3 of them.
But that 1% is enough for all of those other people to say that could have been me.
Yep. I was sitting right next to that guy.
Yep.
I was 2 machines down.
Exactly.
I was playing that machine right before he sat down. That thing, like the thrill of the chase. You were saying.
Yeah. I always heard like, oh, I put $20 on that machine and didn't win anything, and then that guy sits down and on his first spin hits. Like that should have been me. I'm like, no. Obviously not.
That's the luck in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean that machine could have given that to.
Well, that's
anybody.
The randomness of it.
Random, yeah, 100% random.
Well, and what always killed me is like old school slot machines. You could kind of rig them with magnets.
Really?
Because they were actually on reels. You could stick a magnet to the side of the
machine.
Damn,
okay.
And try to stop the reels at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But these new ones are all computers.
They're all digital. It's all digital.
Exactly.
But you'd still find fucking magnets on the side.
For real?
Always, dude.
What?
Always.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know magnets were.
We had a whole. We have a whole box at the Beacon. We have a whole box back there.
A whole box.
And it's never like rare earth magnets or neodymium magnets.
It's
like fridge magnets that they stick on the side of these fucking
I was just gonna
machines,
ask
dude.
if it was. I was like, people putting like thick like battery magnets on there, or are they putting like fucking
just
like
the little black
slappy fridge?
Oh yeah,
like the ones I have on my fridge.
Dude, yeah. There was one guy that would come around, and you always know it was him because it would be those little tiny plastic letters that were the magnets.
Yeah,
he would leave them on the side of the machine.
And
we knew who it was, but it was so funny that
the ones off the fridge that have just like the little tiny rectangular square magnet in the back, and then the rest of it is the letter.
It's the letter, yeah.
Well, what?
Yeah. And you knew it was him, but you couldn't say anything because it's fucking hilarious. Like the fact.
How old is that guy?
Oh shit! I think he was maybe like early 40s.
I think he's like,
For real?
Yeah, he was like
And
taking
he
his
still
kids.
thinks that shit's gonna make a
Yeah,
difference.
he was like taking his kids' fridge magnets and, fucking, and taking them to the casino to try to influence something.
Meth, kids, not
Yeah,
even once.
yeah.
Not even once.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Speaking of which, how many times did you guys find drugs at the casino?
Oh,
'Cause
so many
I've
times.
heard from you
Oh, my
and Brandon.
God.
Brandon works currently at the Horse Palace now, so we still get stories from him. But he's leaving there because it gets to a certain point.
well, because they find drugs there and shit.
That's
so.
why, yeah, and I've heard from Brandon. One of the last times I was in there, it's been a while. It was like 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. But one of the last times I was in there, they found something while I was in there. I think they found a bag of fucking meth or something like that while I was in there.
It happens all the time.
That's fucking crazy. The one across town, being close to Evansville, was it kind of the same way? Did you guys ever have any run-ins there?
The only time we ever really found anything, there was a syringe on the floor, a used syringe.
Damn.
But that was really the only thing we ever found. We didn't find any.
But
actual,
again, but that place was only open for like a few months at that
Yeah,
point. So
yeah.
like one in a couple months is that like
yeah, that's
obviously
that's
it's gonna
fairly
happen.
Normal.
Yeah.
It's fairly normal, unfortunately.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I see. I don't know anything about I don't know anything about hard drugs at all.
Yeah.
At all. And so when you see something like that, coming from my perspective, I see something like that and I'm like, what in the this is otherworldly almost to me because I don't even understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. It's
Well,
wild.
and living in a I shouldn't say small town, smaller town, you don't even think about that shit being in here. Like you don't think about.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you don't think about heroin or coke or meth. I mean, meth because it's so prevalent, right?
Yeah.
But heroin and cocaine, you don't really even think about that.
Well,
But
you
they-
don't see it on
but
the
it's-
side of the street like you do in
right,
bigger
but
town
it's
cities.
everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I mean, statistically, I don't know if it still stands or not, but statistically, Casper's supposed to be one of the higher
Oh, yeah.
percentages
It's
of
it's
meth.
it's one of the meth capitals of the fucking world.
Okay, is that still prevalent? Is that
us,
still?
Oh yeah, us and Riverton and
Gillette
fucking
was
Gillette.
for a while.
Yep.
Well, there's a reason they called it Rock Springs, right?
Uh-huh.
It ain't because of the landscape, folks.
No.
Speaking of Rock Springs, who did you say was coming through there?
Oh, the guy who plays Randy on Trailer Park Boys. He's
Oh.
coming through
Randy.
on
So any
tour.
Trailer Park Boys fans,
I
I don't
believe
watch.
it's-
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I
Is it the
believe
dude
it's-
with the glasses?
No, it's the big fat guy.
Okay, so
that
the
has
big
a shirt
fat
off all
guy
the
from
time.
Trailer Park Boys is
Yeah.
comedy tour stand up
Yeah.
coming through
Yeah,
Rock
kind
Springs.
of. He does a character thing,
So it's just
as the
him. It's not
character.
like
it's just him.
Okay.
Yeah, which is weird because a lot of the times they'll do the three main guys.
Like where the whole gang is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I
That
saw
makes sense.
another sidebar. Letterkenny is doing a tour.
See, I haven't
And-
watched any Letterkenny.
I have.
Every
I've
person
heard
that
fun
Watch
things about it.
Letterkenny.
You know?
It's so good. They're doing a big comedy tour with sketches and
Every
stuff. and
person
they're-
that I've talked to about Letterkenny, they can't believe that I haven't seen it. They're like, "Oh my god, dude, you have to start
Well,
watching it."
Not a lot of people do watch it, but it's so funny.
I guess I need to.
It's so good.
Is it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
All right, I have a Hulu subscription, so
Yes.
no, you can't have my info. My licenses are already taken. Thank you.
But no, they're actually going to Denver in I think April.
Denver.
They're playing at the Mission Ballroom.
Right on.
Yeah.
Mission Ballroom.
And then the whole cast is going to be there. All of the main characters are going to
What?
be there.
They're all going to be involved.
Yeah, they're going to do little skits and brand new sketches and stuff.
Okay,
that aren't even
okay.
on the show.
All right.
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be
Mission
good.
Ballroom.
Mission Ballroom.
What are the venues that you've been to in Denver or in Colorado?
We've played at the Marquee. I also played at
We
this
played at it. Yeah, that's right.
Cervantes I've played at.
Yeah, dude.
And,
I've heard that place. I've never been there. Is that cool?
It was in an interesting part of town. It was a little sketchy when we went outside.
Yeah.
It was South Denver, I think. It was.
So was it like Colfax, like South Colfax area? I don't know. Colfax is like one of the main arteries. that
It
runs
is.
through there.
We
And
took
I
that
know
to get
parts
there.
of that can be pretty.
We played outside of the venue. There's like a fork in the road streets,
Okay.
and there was a hot dog stand at like the fork of the very end of it. And we kept going there and getting hot dogs, and it was cool. During the day,
It was cool.
During the day, you know what I mean? And then we were in there setting up our equipment there, waiting for sound people, waiting for the other bands to go get some hot dogs. It was nice, you know. And after the show, we went back, and they were still open. And it was like a completely different scenery. There was we heard a lot of loud noises and a lot of car alarms and a lot of people yelling and stuff.
Did you hear any
We
gunshots?
were we heard a couple.
Yeah.
And
there you go. Now you know you're there.
we were all like, all right, let's go back to the van.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Get out of the
Actually, that was the
fucking
one. Our van broke down.
Oh, really?
Couldn't get home.
Oh, shit.
fuck.
And we called up Sean and Ryan Barry's mother
Yeah.
because it was Adeline. It wasn't Ryan Sims, Jake
Oh,
Burnell,
yeah.
and Joe Pereira.
Shout outs.
Sam
Shout outs to
Shady.
Nipples.
There you go. And we called up Ryan Barry's mom, and she met us down there in like 3 hours, and met us there, paid for.
She came down and picked you guys up.
No, she came down there, paid for all of us to get hotel rooms.
Oh, jeez.
Fed
What a
fed
beast.
us, and then the next day we all drove back in the one van that we did have. We
Right.
took 2 vans, one full of people and one full of equipment.
Yeah.
And we took everybody up there, and
Nice.
had enough money the next day to fix the van and drive that up there.
Dude.
It was
Fucking
quite an ordeal, but
life
it
on the
was,
road,
it was
man.
pretty wild. And it was
road
really
stories
cool.
are fucking fun, dude.
And might I say, damn good hot dogs.
If I can reiterate, that hot dog stand,
dogs
bro.
Let's see. I've been to the Fillmore several times.
Fillmore is the shit.
Fillmore was another one. Saw no
Fillmore.
effects there.
Yeah.
Really good. No
I've
use for
been
a
there.
name.
I've been there several
I
times.
think-
I've seen no effects at the Fillmore, actually.
I think the single best concert I've ever been to was Coheed and Cambria and Mastodon at the Fillmore. It was
Okay.
mind blowing.
I've heard Coheed and Cambria does nasty
They put
things
on a
live.
killer
I
show.
heard they crush it and
Mhm.
slay it.
Oh,
not
absolutely.
a miss note.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Yep.
No.
I've heard it's insane.
And I saw Slayer there. Slayer with Exodus and Suicidal Tendencies.
Slayer, huh?
There you
That was a
go.
good
Damn.
show.
Damn.
That was a good show.
Was that
Marquee,
was that
obviously.
their last?
No,
tour that
this
they
was
just
this
did?
was back in 2012, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good show though. Like I just remember because being raised in the church and being brought up religious, you get a lot of things kind of mushed into your head.
Mhm.
When Slayer was coming out, because Suicidal Tendencies started, and then Exodus, and Exodus is pretty evil too. But
I've heard the name. I don't know if I know their
they're
music.
they're one of the kind of with Slayer. They're like the
Okay.
one of the founders of
Oh,
thrash
sure,
metal.
sure.
But Slayer comes on, and all the lights go out, and these 3 red upside down crosses get
Slowly.
lit.
Just like
I
swinging.
just had this like immediate feeling of just unease. Just like, oh, this is about to be fucking evil.
Yeah.
Like
Setting the mood, man.
And then they came out and they just went. They didn't stop.
Nice.
The one time they did stop, it was right after the guitarist had passed away, and Tom Araya, the lead singer, seemed like he wanted to say something. He kept telling the crowd to shut up because he wanted to talk, and they wouldn't. Everyone in the crowd was like, "Dude, shut up!" And they were just screaming, "Slayer!" And so he basically was like, "Cool, fuck you." And they played 6 more songs and got off stage.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
And then I saw footage of the next show, the next night. He actually they shut up and he
Yeah.
got to say what he was going to say. And it was just this big thing, like, we fucking miss you, man.
Yeah, the
like,
forgiveness thing. Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
But yeah, that was a really killer show.
You
Right
said that was
on.
at the
Really good show.
Fillmore?
The Fillmore.
Nice,
yeah.
dude. They put on some sick shows at the
I
Fillmore.
like that venue. I like the way it's set up.
Yeah.
They
You
they
know?
changed the way it's set up. Instead of
Really?
having the bar in the center,
Yeah.
they have bars like
Yeah, they're on the
each side.
well. They have a bar in the
Okay.
back now too.
Yeah.
The last time I
Yep.
went there, they had a
Yep.
bar like right when you walk in. It's like you walk down the steps and it's the big open
Yep.
floor.
Yeah.
And then like if right before you go to the steps, if you just walk in and take a right, that whole back wall right there is
Yeah.
all a bar now.
Well, that
Yes.
seems much more appropriate for
Right,
the kind of
like,
shows that they have
put the
there.
bar in the
Fucking
back
no
and let the
effects,
floor go. Dude.
filling up the place.
Dude.
That seems much more appropriate.
Yeah, and the only thing in the middle of the floor now is the sound booth.
Yep.
Everything
Yep.
else, the
So
floor is totally
yeah, so
open.
I've been there since they did the update
Yeah.
on it.
Okay.
Have I
Yeah,
been-
because when I was there for Slayer, it was a circle bar right under that big chandelier.
oh really?
And
Oh shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
that
and
can
that's why I
get
was
rough.
like, that doesn't make because
Yeah.
you can't. I'm not gonna wade through fucking 1,000, 2,000
Well,
people to go get a drink. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck yourself.
Well, and like
really?
for the bar too, like there's gonna be mosh pits and shit in the middle of
Yeah.
that floor, dude. You don't want to risk the
don't be
chance
there.
of don't have bottles
Don't be
stacked up
there.
in the middle of the
little
floor, dude.
tiny fucking 80-pound Jessica's not gonna fight anybody. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's another thing. Like when Jessica needs to get to the bar to get a drink, bullshit. She's not getting a drink for the night,
No.
dude. She's done. That's it for her. Like she got the one when she walked in, and boom, she's lost. She's in the crowd forever, just trying to get to the circle bar in the middle. It's fucking crazy.
fuck.
Have either of you guys ever been to the Gothic Theater?
No, I've heard
I
of
haven't
it,
been
but-
there either, and I've heard it is crazy
Yeah,
cool
I've heard
in
it's
there.
really good too.
Anyone that's been to the Gothic, let us know.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
but yeah, I've never been there, and I've always heard really, really cool stories about it.
No, I went to the Warp Tours there 3 years in a row. 03, 04,
at
and
the old-
05.
Yeah, at the old
The old Bronco Stadium.
the old stadium.
In Vesco Field.
Yeah. I think we all have some good stories from fucking old Invesco field, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. The hottest parking lot in the fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Central
Jesus.
America,
Yeah.
dude. Jesus Christ. First of all, yeah. And by the end of the day, there's not even parking lot. It's just cups and chicken scraps. That's literally and beer cans,
legs.
cups and chicken scraps, and you're just kicking
That-
everything everywhere.
Yep.
That cleanup crew must take like 4 days.
Dude,
you
they
know?
have. It's got to be like they've got to have
like
a
a 6-hour overnight.
They've got to
when they get it
have like a
done.
giant tractor vacuum vehicle that just sweeps the whole fucking lot.
It's like a Zamboni, but opposite.
yeah, dude. It's just a giant trash sweeper.
Man, I was so sad that they ended Warped Tour. I can't believe that's not a thing anymore. Like, well, the national.
It's just the
coast to
national.
coast.
They still do it. They still do it by state.
They do it in California and some places along the East Coast. But
I wasn't sure how they
the
did
coast
that.
to coast tour is not. They're not doing that
Okay,
anymore.
that's what they did. Okay, so no more coast to coast, but they're still having it in select cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's still a
But-
tour, but it doesn't
but now,
go every state.
Now that they're doing
or
it
whatever
smaller,
it is,
they can afford to get the bands like No Effects,
The bigger
Bad
bands
Religion.
back, yeah.
It's they've turned it back into a punk.
Okay.
A punk
Okay.
festival.
Yeah.
Where it's it'll be 2 days here and then they'll do
Okay.
jump states 2 days here.
Nice.
3 days here or 2 days here. But they actually
There'll be big shows though. That's
there'll
cool.
be huge shows.
Yeah, that's cool.
With the big
absolutely.
name bands.
with
and
with the
everything.
original
Couple days of
The
like super
the
big name
original,
bands, dude.
The
That's
original
exactly.
punk guys
That's
that
kinda like-
started Warped Tour.
That's like some that's like some punk Woodstock sounding
Yep.
shit.
See,
dude.
exactly,
So I'm
exactly.
fucking down for that.
Dude, your
That's cool.
Pennywise, your Bad Religion,
Yeah.
your No Effects.
And then
Thanks.
throw a couple newbies on there,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you know,
Mhm.
and then fucking make it a day, dude. That
Taking Back
sounds cool.
Sunday Blink, all those big guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, let's get
doing
those
it
guys
back
back
to it.
together.
Definitely.
Well, I don't know, Blink. Sorry, guys. Like you guys are not impressing me lately.
I'm not
and-
exactly on board with
Yeah.
the Blink.
And Skiba, I know you're out there watching this podcast, so I'm just gonna let you know, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you got going on there, but like, it's not impressing me, dude.
No.
That shit is not impressing me. But
And-
they're not alone. There's a lot of bands that are coming out with music that I'm like, fuck, dude, really?
Well, and like we've talked about before, it's got to be the producer. It has to be.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I just don't feel like.
I'm sure they play a big part in producing their own music. You know,
Maybe,
Well,
maybe.
maybe.
There,
But-
dude. I think that when you get to that level, you don't even have to worry about it.
I
You
just-
walk into the room and play the music, and then you
Yeah.
leave.
I just can't imagine them wanting to put out fucking pop bullshit. It just doesn't.
It's so weird. Travis, where'd you go, man? Where you at, dude? You're not behind the kit anymore, clearly, because I heard your last song, dude. They ain't a single live drum in that whole fucking song.
Makes
So
me sad.
it's 3 minutes of bullshit, is what it is, and
It's very.
I'm not impressed, man. I'm just not impressed. There's who else came out with music that I wasn't overly impressed with? Someone released an album
Green
recently
Day.
that I was like, Green
Green
Day,
Day.
dude. Yeah.
What
Green
is-
Day.
what is
the
this like-
fuck is going on with that?
they've been done for a while.
Where
I
the
think,
fuck did
man.
Billy Joe go? Like,
they sound
what?
like they're trying to be like the Kinks or fucking, like old school like early rocks. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude, who is
no.
this? Who is
Don't
this
do that.
new singer that
He's,
they
he's,
hired?
he's
'Cause-
singing in a whole different register than he
Mhm.
ever
dude.
has.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's so,
I
and he's
don't
not.
understand.
He doesn't have his weird like. He like got rid of his inflection. His
Yeah.
weird like Billy Joe-ness
Yeah.
isn't even there anymore. It's just this like non-dynamic, dulled
Like,
down
I don't
bullshit.
understand.
Dude, that
Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that as a band and as an artist, you do mature, whether you want to or not.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you have to alienate your fan base. Like that's truly how I feel. Because I don't know how many bands I grew up with that like their first album or two albums were golden.
So
Mhm.
good.
And then after that, it was just
So good, dude.
like I don't, like Asking Alexandria, Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
Fucking who were we talking about earlier? Amir, like
Amir, yeah.
Fuck
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Amir, yeah.
the first 2 or 3 albums of Amir are fantastic, like hardcore, deathcore, fucking gold.
Mhm.
And then after that, it was just like they just went down.
Dude,
I don't understand.
Fallout Boy was one of the biggest disappointments.
They're
of
the
my
they're the
entire
biggest
life.
example of one
Dude,
of these letdowns.
One of the biggest one of the biggest letdowns
Yeah.
I've ever musically that I've ever been through in my entire life, dude.
Mhm.
Yep.
Take this to your grave, and From Under the Cork Tree,
Yep.
I will say it right now, maybe 2 of the greatest punk albums ever written, dude.
Absolutely.
They are
agree.
so fucking fiery. And then
And there were moments on Fall I Do. that were
Fall
okay.
Ado, that was the one
Yeah.
that I was going to ask you how to pronounce it, but there, I've got it on my iPod, and I've recently started
Some of
listening
it's
to
okay.
it.
But everything after that is like it's just not. It's not
Dude,
good.
after that, it was just like
It's just
that
pop.
was the start of the decline, and then it just fucking tanked, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't
Well,
know
and
what the fuck happened?
What like them and Panic at the Disco, I think kind of went the same way at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can take like this generation of kids listening to their stuff now and show them I Write Sins Not Tragedies, and you can show them From Under the Cork Tree, and you can say this is this band, and they'll be like, they won't believe you.
They're like, no,
there's
that's not
way.
them.
That's not Fall Out Boy. And
That
you're
might
like,
be them.
No. What you're listening to is not.
Or they'll
Fall Out Boy.
or they'll come in with well, that might have been them before they were big, but that wasn't. And it's like, hold up. You need me to pull up some live footage of this album because it'll blow your fucking mind.
Have you not ever seen the video for fucking Sugar We're Going Down? That
really?
was MTV Gold.
They were playing in front of
2004.
like crowds of like 25, 30,000 people with that song, dude. Like, come on, like that was one of the biggest songs ever written.
I guess when Fall Out Boy does live stuff, they do still play like Saturday and Grand Theft Auto.
I've heard they suck live though.
I've heard they're really good live.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of bands, punk bands, and I've seen a lot of punk bands that suck live.
Yeah.
And I think like being a fan of punk music, you just kind of have to expect that coming into it. Like, we're in a punk band, and I definitely don't hit every note on stage.
But you don't. The thing of it is, you don't need to. Like, you can be good without being perfect.
It's called a show.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, like, because you know, when you play on Tuesday, the people who hear you play on Tuesday and then see you on Saturday are going to get two completely different
two
sets.
different shows, yeah.
You know,
Every time.
Totally.
Every time.
Yeah.
But I think that's the way it should be. You know, yes, it would be nice to play every show note for note, sound just like the record, because some people do like that. But some people like it when you don't sound like the record either. You know?
I know a lot of people that prefer the humanness.
Yep.
More
like
raw, a little more
errors.
gritty.
Yeah, I mean when you and I kind of like that, you know, especially when it comes to watching bands that I look up to. Like when I'm watching a band that I look up to, and I can look up and see, you know, the fuck is his name from Teenage Bottle Rocket.
Right.
Randy.
Yeah, I can look up Randy. Did you
Randy
say Randy?
Rocket? Oh my God, Ray! If you're watching this, that's your new name, Randy fucking Rocket.
No, it can't be because that's my gamer tag.
Oh, it is Randy Rocket.
Randy
yeah,
Rocket's my
that's
gamer
true.
tag.
Okay. Randy Rocket. Oh my God, Alex! You were a beautiful soul.
Oh, Alex.
You were just so
Alex
pure.
Clark, ladies
So
and gentlemen. The reason we keep him around. But anyways, I appreciate when I can look up at Ray Rocket and watch him fuck a note up or fuck up a chord or slide up too far and look over at his bandmates and smile and, you know, kind of just dick about it and then get back into it. And, you know, we do the same kind of thing.
Oh,
When one of us
absolutely.
fucks up, I immediately look over at Brandon and
Really? Fucking really?
I'll get right in his face and fucking like, really? And he'll look back at me and we'll shove each other. I'll do the same thing with you. And you fuck up, I'll walk over and hit you real quick.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I appreciate the humanness a lot.
Absolutely.
I think, too, because a lot of that gets lost in recording now, especially nowadays. A lot of humanness, even in our, you know, I'll admit, even in our songs. Like, our shit is to the grid. Put a click up to it. I bet it sticks there the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, our shit's to a grid. And I think a lot of dynamics get lost in that. But that's just kind of the way the industry is moving.
Right.
Industry standard at this point.
Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. If you want to sell music to the masses, if you want to actually make sales, I understand originality and, you know, your following and things like that. But if you want to actually make sales, man, you grid that shit and you limit it and you fucking do everything they're doing on the radios, man.
But at the same time, you know, now, especially with us, I think we're good enough that we could do all live recordings.
Yeah,
You know,
and I would love to
and
move to
kill it.
that. I would really love to move to that. But having the space to do live recordings, that's a big deal. And that's what I think that's what holds a lot of people back from doing it, and that's why music has made the shift that it's made.
Yep.
Is because we're losing the availability. We're losing the rooms.
Yep.
Basically, these
Yeah,
big
you
expensive rooms.
You don't have a $750,000 studio.
You
that
don't,
You can
yeah.
just run to every time you need to.
Budgets
lay
are
something
disappearing
down.
because of literally like the program we're using right now is what Wreckards made Hometown Zeros on.
Yep.
Same program. I'm using that to record our podcast right now. So like you can do all of this stuff at home. You don't need these treated rooms and these gigantic, because there are these programs, these digital programs that have players that recorded drums in fucking symphony halls in London and fucking orchestra halls in New York and, you know, like Class A studios in California and LA and like with the best equipment.
Yep.
So
Ludwig
you're
Black
getting
Beauty, Ludwig Superphonic in these amazing sounding rooms, and the heads tuned perfectly by 16 different drum techs that have been on the tour, you know, on tour with all these. It's crazy. And it's almost, I like the way, like the guys that I watch now that do sample replacement, I like the way they do it because because they
tried.
actually will go in on a drum sample and they'll make it worse than what it sounds. Like they'll go in and they'll add a shitload of distortion on it just to make it fuzzy and like fuck it up so it doesn't sound. And they'll actually go in and they'll put things out of time and add delays on them so they don't hit right away, and they do delay and slap a little bit later.
Really try to humanize it.
And you hear them doing it, and when they're doing it in solo, you're like, that sounds like shit. And then they put it back in the mix, and you're like, whoa, dude.
Yep.
That sounds like a human back there. Like, that sounds like a fucking human. It's amazing what you can do. So I think it's a good and a bad with the way that music's going.
There's always going to be ups and downs, like look at Metallica in 2000 when they, or whatever, 2001 when they had that whole Napster debacle.
Yeah.
Illegally downloading music.
Yeah.
And now you look at Spotify, you look at Apple Music, you look at Amazon, Google Play,
Uh-huh.
all that. It's all right here. It's all at your fingertips.
I think
the whole world of music is right here.
I think Lars is still kind of a douche for being butthurt about that still. Like, dude, just drop it, man.
Yep.
He was on Rogan, I don't know, a year ago or something like that, and they were still talking about it. And he's like, dude.
Still talking about it?
Oh, yeah, man.
20 years later.
It's like, dude, just... You're good, okay? Yeah. You're good. Your band just released a new album. You're out on world tour.
Have been since 1989. Come on.
Stop, dude. Like, and everyone that's streaming your music is paying for their streaming services, okay?
Yep.
You're still getting your royalties. Just quit, dude. Leave it alone. It's over.
I mean, now, especially like a Spotify, like the royalties are pretty terrible.
The royalties are terrible.
But if you have 2 million, 3 million streams a month,
that's the thing. The royalties are not that good, but if you're at that stature and you're getting how many hundreds of thousands of plays a day, dude, it's exponential, man. That shit adds up.
Like if you go on Spotify right now,
we're gonna look up an example really quick. We're gonna see.
Comparatively, of course, we're not anything Wreckards isn't.
Yeah.
Let's look.
Hey, everyone, heed those words. We are not anything. Wreckards isn't anything. Keep that in mind.
We have on Spotify. We have 10 monthly listeners right now.
10.
There's 10 people that listen to our shit every month, and I bet 2 of them are us.
I'm one.
Brandon.
I'm definitely one.
And probably Wackadoo who follows us.
Yep.
But then you go from that. So let's look at Metallica.
This is going to be amazing.
13,915,798 monthly listeners. Monthly. But then if you go a step further.
Well, let's go to Tool. Look up Tool.
Tool?
How many do they have? I bet it's even more.
Since they're brand new.
They just released all their stuff.
3,386,800.
Whoa, Tool, you got some ground to make up, boys.
But then let's look at Billie Eilish, for example.
Oh, Christ.
43 million.
You gotta be kidding
43
me.
million.
You gotta be kidding. She has one song.
No, she's got...
Don't lie to me. She has. We all know what song it is. It's the one with the little boo-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's the only song she has.
But then look
it's great, but...
Like Justin Bieber. J. Biebs, 47 million.
Dude!
Like...
And he's not even popular anymore. He's still got 50 million monthly listeners.
And we have 10.
He's got 10,
not 10 million, not 10,000.
How many people live
10.
in LA? Like 20 million?
A whole buttload.
Is it 100? No, it's not 100. It's like 300 million in the country or something like that, right?
Population.
LA's like
Los
5 million? 10 million?
4 million. As of
5. Okay, so 4 million.
Yeah.
4 times that amount. No, 10 times that
10.
amount is Justin Bieber. 10 times the amount of people that live in LA. I've never even been to LA. I've just seen pictures of it.
Yep.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep.
So that's the thing.
And we have 10.
So that's the
10
thing.
million
Like,
listeners.
if you're gonna piss and moan about the royalties being shit from some of those websites, and you have 50 million monthly listeners, dude,
You have no room to talk
you
at
need
that
to
point.
step back.
Yeah.
Like, you need to
And
step back.
That's 50 million unique people, unique users listening to your shit a month.
Yeah.
Now that's also broken down by every song. So each song gets 0.003 cents
Whatever.
per
Yeah.
stream.
Yep.
But if those 50 million people listen to the same 10 songs over and over again, a bunch of times, because it's each individual stream.
Yeah.
Each time the track goes from beginning to end, that's 0.003 whatever cents
Right.
per listen. Now if you got 50 million people doing that, that's a whole lot of money. a month.
Per month. That's what I'm saying. Like, at that point, those people that are complaining about it, fucking Lars, dude. Like, chill. It's gonna be all right. You're gonna be good. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks that some people downloaded your music, but does it really suck that people wanted your music so bad they couldn't afford it, so they figured out a different way that they could still listen to it? Are you really going to get that upset? Millionaire, amazing, rock star, superhero, famous guy, best drummer of the year, however many fucking times in a row you won it. Like, you really going to get that upset, dude? Come on. I think your life's doing just fine.
I'm going to say something controversial to say.
Do it.
I don't think Lars Ulrich is a good drummer.
I don't think he is either, dude.
How did he get best drummer in the world at all?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, too, for anyone that wants to start an argument. There's 3 drummers in this room. Let's go. Let's talk. I watched the making of, what is it? Their studio documentary. I think it's the making of
Saint Anger.
Yeah. I
Was it
watched
Saint Anger?
Some kind of monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it. It's like a 2-hour documentary, and I watched it, and it shows all of them doing clips in the studio and like making the album, doing the guitars, the drums, and everything. Dude. And every time that fuck sits behind those drums, dude, and starts playing, I'm just like, is he gonna do something? Like, he does these. That's
it, though. That's it.
This is the guy that people are like idolizing for their, and I'll give it to him. If you listen to some of their deep tracks on those albums, like the ones that aren't on the radio, he does some cool shit.
Well, and you even look at their mid '80s, early '90s thrash stuff. Like he's a solid metal drummer.
He does some cool shit.
He's a really good metal drummer.
He does some cool shit,
and his thrash beats are out of this world. But then you compare some of that stuff to like Slayer or Exodus or even Megadeth, in their heyday. You can't. I mean, look at even like Judas Priest. You ever heard the song?
Judas fucking Priest.
Have you ever heard the song "Painkiller" by Judas Priest? The double bass intro on that, like, people weren't doing that back then.
Revolutionizing it. Yeah.
They're pioneers.
But then as you get more famous and you get more, I don't want to say
commercialized,
lazy, but commercialized.
Commercialized. You have to appeal to the masses.
It's easier to throw a fucking AC/DC.
You have to dumb it down
to everything. Just because
you have to dumb it down.
And I mean, it makes sense. Trust me, dude. If I was making $6 million a month, I'd probably play AC/DC beats.
Again, it comes back to the revenue that comes off of it, man. Like, it's the choices. That's literally like the definitive. That's selling out to a T. Like, you wanna make money doing this, because a lot of people will buy it, but you got to do it this way.
Don't get me wrong. If it came across tomorrow that we were getting picked up,
now I would do it. I'd be like, bring
every day.
Let's sign that
any
paper.
day.
Oh,
So we're not above that shit. If someone comes throwing money our way, we're taking it. So there's that.
Looking at you, Warner Music Group. Come on.
I think a lot of other musicians probably would feel the same way if the offer was presented.
You can sit here and fucking flap your gums at all day about it and be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. But when you get a $75,000 advance check,
when that exec comes down and puts the check and goes, here you go guys, you can put that in your account today, and it's like, that just solved a lot of problems.
That's all new gear.
Yeah, that just solved that. That's tour for how many years? And we get A&R backing, and we get promo, and we're opening for huge bands for how many years?
Yep. Okay. My soul.
Just write my name here, and we're good. Yeah. All right, when do we go? Like, that's that would definitely be it for me.
But that's hard, especially coming out of a small town like Casper, where there is a lot of art coming out of this town. There always has.
Now
been.
There is, for sure. But me and Jason were talking about it the other day. There's some cool shit coming out now. It's nice.
But you're not going to get noticed here. You're not going to get picked up.
It's still a long ways off from that, and I don't know if that would ever happen. Honestly, I think you might be right. I don't know if that would ever.
Because there are some people here, some artists that are just phenomenal that deserve to be on a national stage, but because they live here, because they don't want to branch out and go somewhere. Not that they don't want to, that they can't.
Yeah.
That they're.
It almost relates directly to like the lottery, basically, that we were talking about. Dudes winning slot machines, like. There have been selects from Wyoming that have done it. Teenage Bottle Rocket, Chris Ledoux, Ned Ledoux, whoever.
Both of them,
yeah. So Chris Ledoux and Ned Ledoux, KC, Wyoming, man, like one of the smallest towns in Wyoming, two of the biggest country stars ever. I mean, there have been bands that have come out of Wyoming and made it, like, did the fucking thing. But again, it's such a small percentage of people as comparison to the amount of people in the actual state that it's like lottery chances, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's the music business is not the way it used to be. You're not going to get some random record representative at your one show that you happen to be playing. Like, oh yeah, I like you guys. You have to be on all the social media. You have to push and grind and make content.
And a lot of time in Wyoming, dude. If you're going to make it out of Wyoming, you're not going to make it the show that's going to put you on the map is not going to happen in Wyoming.
Nope.
You're going to be on the road. You're going to be on the road somewhere,
Yep.
and you're going to happen across this guy or that guy that knows this guy or that guy.
Yep.
And then when you get back to Wyoming, you start talking to them, and then
Yep.
they bring you out. Like, it's probably not going to
Well,
happen in Wyoming.
Yeah, look at how GMT did it.
Yeah.
All through Ian, basically.
Yep, pretty much, and reaching out, dude, literally just like sending emails, man,
Yep.
to people that were not here. Like, well, this guy's over here, this guy's over here. Fuck it, we're gonna put a thing together and send it to him, and I probably won't hear back from him. And then lo and behold, we get that one email that's like, hey, I like your shit, I listened to it, and well, like, let's talk. And we're just all sitting like, you guys, shut up, everyone, shut up, everyone, shut up. I have to type him back. Hang on, shut up. Like, yeah,
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Send.
Hello. I'm just nervous as we, you know. But yeah. So
It's definitely interesting trying to do something from a small town, you know, like, because not only do you not get the exposure you necessarily need or deserve, but it's always a fight. Always.
especially in a
And
small
it always
town.
has
Even
been.
when it's good, it's still a fight
Yep.
to get there.
Yeah, especially in a small town, man. Definitely in a small town. So kudos to all the other music dudes out there that are doing it like we are, man. Keep pushing, keep trying, man. We're all in this together.
Yep.
So we're not trying to, you know, I don't think that anyone is better than anyone else in this music
Nope.
scene. I think we're all in it together. I think we're all super talented. And that's what it's going to take to put us on the map, you know. Like
To
we
put
all-
any of us on the map.
We gotta any of us, yeah. I think the whole music community together needs to get on the map and let people know that there is a really good local scene in Wyoming, and there,
Well, and
you know,
I really like shout out to Blake Kite. You know,
dude, hey, what up, man? We're gonna post this on your page, by the way.
He's starting this group on Facebook that just is any music.
Let's plug it.
in
What is the
Wyoming.
name of that group? Do you know it?
Oh,
Casper something.
it's a Wyoming wide group.
Is it Wyoming?
Let me-
Okay, so it's like Wyoming musicians or something like that. I think that's already a group, but we'll look up the name here really quick, and we're gonna plug that for sure because I think that is a great fucking idea. And shout outs to Blake just for like. I mean, he's doing this thing now where he's bringing all the sound equipment to shows, and he's setting up shows to, like, I've got sound equipment, man. If you guys want to play, come out and play because I've got the equipment to make it happen. Dude, and that's huge.
He just set up the show the other night, didn't he?
At the Firefly Hackerspace.
That's right. That's right.
If I figure it out how to do it, I will edit in some videos from that. I got a couple videos the other night. It was, here's some shout outs. It was Advise Against and a band from Illinois called Through and Through. And that was a pretty good show, man.
That was a good show.
That was a pretty good show, dude. And it was free.
Casper, Wyoming musician community.
Boom. Casper, Wyoming musician community on Facebook. Type that shit in. If you're involved in music in any way, fuck. If you're not involved in music in any way, it doesn't matter. It's a great place to reach out. Blake's just trying to get everyone together so we have a group and a place where all the musicians are together and we're all talking about the same thing. And
Another really good one is Everything Music 307, I believe, run by Justin Heidi.
Okay.
He
That's
does
right.
a lot with that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there are some good pages and things like that on the internet, and
Musical
that's
Chairs. Musical Chairs by Jeremy Amack.
good. Shout outs to Jeremy. Yeah.
He's doing it too. He's doing well.
And that's
have you heard his band Repent?
the
yet?
band Repent. I heard their single they put out.
Yeah.
I listened to that one. It's actually pretty good.
It's not bad.
I don't know where they did it at, but
don't know either.
sounds pretty good. Sounds
The
pretty well
sound quality
balanced.
is nice, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, it sounds pretty well
and
balanced.
that and back to that home studio thing. You don't have a $750,000 room to go jump into whenever you want to lay down the track.
Yeah.
You do it just like we do in my lead singer's fucking bedroom.
Right here in this
in the sleep
area,
room.
this is where most of our work happens. So you're basically looking at it.
But
Yeah, dude.
it's definitely I enjoy the fight, but it's a fight.
And that's part of the reason why I decided that we need to do something like this too. That's basically the whole purpose of this is just to get people in here and talk about Wyoming music and anything else that's going on in Wyoming, and just have a video reference, man. It's nice to see people's faces. It's just nice to see some other faces in here, and we can interact and see how everything's working. So,
Alex, you're real quiet.
yeah, you gonna make it, buddy?
You gonna talk?
We're almost
Maybe,
done.
I'm tired and hungry.
We're almost done. We're almost done. We waited around for Brandon for a while tonight, and we all decided that we had the hunger going pretty bad. So we wanted to get in the room and get her done. But shit, boys, we're damn near close to an hour here, so I think we're gonna be good to wrap it up. We'll do some plugs here really quick for shows. Our band Wreckards is playing a show at the Firefly Hackerspace. We just talked about that a little while ago. We're playing a show at the Firefly Hackerspace on November 2nd. This is a 2-day event. It is November 1st and November 2nd. There is music on both days. It's a charity event. There's a silent auction. I'm not sure if there's an admission fee, but there is a flyer on our Facebook. I'll put the link to our Facebook right down in the description below. Ford and Fossil will also be playing that show, as will, I believe, is the band Repent going to be playing that one? They're going to be playing that one.
Yep.
The Shivers just got added to that show. There's another band called Rest Repose. No, Rest Repose. I'm an idiot. Poetry No Prose. Rest Repose.
I love me some poetry.
Yeah, Poetry No Prose is going to be playing that one also, as well as a couple other bands. So go to our Facebook and check that out. Check out all those bands. Let's see. Any other upcoming shows? We have, there is a Ford and Fossil show on November 15th at Gruner Brothers. We're opening for a guy called The Bones of J.R. Jones, and he's fucking cool. If you don't know him, type that into YouTube, The Bones of J.R. Jones. He's got some cool shit. He's kind of like a weird southern kind of country style. I don't know. You just got to check him out. He's cool. He's really, really cool. Listen to him after this.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not 100% sure. I know there's definitely other stuff going on. Keep an eye out on Facebook and go out and support, man. A lot of these local shows, even if they say $5 on the flyer, if you show up, man, and just tell them you're there. Like, if you don't have any money, but you still want to go watch a show, dude, people in this town are pretty goddamn forgiving. You know, they just want you there. They just want bodies in the room. So let's start making that happen, and let's keep talking. Anybody out there that wants to get on the podcast, get a hold of me, get a hold of any of the boys in Wreckards. We're all on Facebook, and we'll make it happen. So again, we're called Wreckards. And we'll be back next week. I think I'm going to have the boys from Presley Avenue in here. So keep an eye on that. Share the video. If you like it, let us know. If you hate it,
share, comment, subscribe, all that good shit.
All that stuff, man. Let us know. So, all right, guys. We'll see you later.